Hello everyone, my name is Saurabh and today we are going to start off with a very important topic from logical reasoning, that is direction sense. Now as far as concepts are concerned, there is only one basic concept which we are required to know, and then we can solve the question very easily. So let me discuss this concept very quickly with you and then we'll start with different types of problems. Now what I believe most of us are already aware about the four basic directions: north, east, south and west. So if you try to recall the standard chart which you must have learned in class 6th or 7th in geography, so there we used to show north in the upward direction, south downward, east in the right, and then west to the left. So this is the standard chart which we are already aware about. Now what I want you to understand, that the concept of direction is actually relative in nature. So guys, when we say relative, what relative means here? So relative simply means if I change position of any of the direction, the other directions will also change its position by the same logic. So what I'm trying to tell you, let's say tomorrow if I make a few changes, let's suppose I am assuming upward direction as east, and now the task is you have to show the other three directions. You have to locate the other three directions. So for that you have to first check by what logic I have changed the east direction. This is where we show east in the standard chart, but in the new chart, or you could call it as a manipulated chart, we are showing east here, right? So if you look at carefully, I have changed the position of east by 90 degree while moving in the anti-clockwise direction. Now when I say anti-clockwise, means I'm moving opposite to clockwise. This is clockwise and this is anti-clockwise. So when I'm changing the position of east, this is where we show east in the standard chart. From this point to this point, what I'm actually doing, I'm actually shifting the position of east by 90 degree, and in which direction we are moving? We are moving in the anti-clockwise direction. So what we have understood, that we have changed the position of east by 90 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. Now what will happen, since we have changed the position of east direction by 90 degree, the other directions will also change their position by the same logic. So if you ask me, sir, where would be north? Where would be north in the new chart? I would tell you, wherever was north, now you have to change the position of north by 90 degree while moving in the anti-clockwise direction. It means the same north will be shown here. Likewise, you have to change the position of other direction. So west will be shown here, and then here you will see south. So if you are thinking, do I need to think about all of this every time? The answer is no. Let me share a keyword with you which will help you to locate the directions easily. It will make your life easy. So the keyword is NESW, and you have to read this keyword while moving in the clockwise direction. Now let me show you how this keyword is going to help you. Let's suppose tomorrow you have to make this chart where the upward direction is assumed as west, and now the task is you have to locate the other three basic directions. So just look at the keyword NESW. You will read it from left to right, and then you will go back to N only, because after west it's a loop, so I'll go back to N. So west would be followed by north, but in which direction I have to read this? I have to always move in the clockwise direction. So west would be followed by north, then north would be followed by east. So after north, the next direction which we'll find is east, and then east would be followed by south. So NESW. In fact, if you look at the standard chart, the first one, here also you'll find that this keyword is satisfying the condition N, E, S and W. So if you want to make your life easy, just remember this keyword. So tomorrow if they make any change, you would be able to handle it very elegantly, right? You'll see the utility of this particular keyword when we solve questions based on this. But for now, let us look at the first type of problem. So this is the first type. Now the name of this type is problem based on angular movement. Let us call it type 1 problem. These are problems where some angular movement will be given to you. Read the problem once. A man is facing in the north direction. He turns 90 degree in the clockwise, then 135 degree in the same direction, and finally a 180 degree turn in the anti-clockwise direction, and we have to find in which direction is he facing now. Now to answer this question, see, if you try to solve this question conventionally, now the conventional way is, you will just start with the first statement. The man is initially facing in the north direction. So you would say he's facing in the north direction. Then he turns 90 degree in the clockwise. So from here, if he turns by 90 degree, he will face in the east direction. From there, again he is moving in the same direction, means clockwise. But this time the movement is 135 degree. So I don't know how much comfortable are you with 135 degree, but it can be, it can be made simpler if you just break it with the help of 90. So can I write 135 degree as 90 plus 45? Because this way it would be easy for me. Taking a 135 degree turn is same as taking 90 plus 45 degree turn. So let us first move by 90 degree and then we'll move by 45 degree. So 45 degree will work as an angle bisector, right? What is the name of this direction? This direction is south. And what is the name of this direction? You would say this direction is west. So what is going to be the name of this particular direction? It is exactly in between south and west. So this is going to be southwest. And then from here, he'll take a 180 degree turn in the anti-clockwise. So from here, if I move 180 degree, obviously I'll face in the opposite direction. So what is going to be the name of this direction? Northeast. And this happens to be the answer of this question. Now what I want you to realize, yes, this is one way of solving the question, but not the only way. In fact, you could have solved this question more elegantly had you approached this question mathematically. So let me now discuss how the same question can be solved very elegantly using mathematical approach. Now to use this approach, there are a few things which I would like to discuss with you. One, to show that a person is taking a clockwise movement, I'm going to use positive sign. While for anti-clockwise movement, I'll use negative sign. I could have used them interchangeably, but for me, positive sign is a representation of clockwise movement, while negative sign is a representation of anti-clockwise. Simple. So let us write down all the turns with the help of signs. A 90 degree turn clockwise, a 135 degree clockwise turn. So instead of writing 135 degree, I'll break 135 degree. Why? Because it will make my calculation easy. That's all. So let's write 135 as 90 plus 45. Since it's a clockwise turn again, it's the same direction. So 90 plus 45. And then finally a 180 degree turn, but in the anti-clockwise direction. Remember, for anti-clockwise direction we'll use a negative sign. So you have to find what will be the overall effect of these three turns. See how easy it will become. These two 90s will become 180. So plus 180 and minus 180 will be ruled out. And eventually you'd be left with 45 degree with a positive sign. Now to answer the question, you'll go back to the first statement. You would say, okay, the person was initially facing in the north direction. Now from here, he has to move by 45 degree. In which direction? Look at the sign. Positive sign. Positive sign means clockwise. So wherever he was facing, from here, he has to move by 45 degree in the clockwise direction. So 45 degree will work as an angle bisector, isn't it? And this is going to be the answer. So can you see that you are getting the same answer? The answer which you are getting by using the conventional approach. It means to answer these problems, you're not supposed to make this whole diagram. You don't have to move person from one place to another. It will be a very cumbersome approach. Instead, you'll solve this question mathematically. That is going to be the optimal approach of solving the problem. Okay, so this is all which I wanted to discuss in the first type. So let me discuss one more problem and then we'll close the session. Look at the next problem based on the same type. Nothing has changed. We have to apply the same thing. A man is facing in the southwest direction. That's something which we are going to use later. He turns 45 degree in the clockwise direction. So for every clockwise movement, I'll use a positive sign. Then a 90-degree turn in the anti-clockwise. So for anti-clockwise, use a negative sign. That's all. A 135-degree turn in the clockwise direction. So what you will do now? 135 degree can be written as 90 and 45. Look at the turn. It's clockwise. I'll use positive sign. Okay. Then we have a 180-degree turn in the anti-clockwise direction. So let's use negative sign. So I have to find out the cumulative effect of these turns. So first of all, this plus 90 will rule out minus 90. Plus 45 and plus 45 will become plus 90. And when you find the difference, you will get 90 only with a negative sign. So this is the overall change of all the turns. So wherever the person was facing initially, he was facing in the southwest direction. So we all know where is southwest. This direction is south. I'm using standard chart for now. This direction happens to be west. Where is southwest? Just make an angle bisector. This is southwest. So from here, I have to move by 90 degree in which direction? Look at the sign. Minus anti-clockwise direction. So let's take a 45-degree turn followed by another 45-degree turn. So again, make an angle bisector. What is the name of this direction? You would say, sir, this direction is east. So the answer to my problem is going to be southeast. So this is how easily you can answer these problems if you solve them mathematically. So what is the value addition for us? The value addition for us is whenever I get a problem based on type where I have been given with angular movement, I'll not make the direction chart. Instead, I'll solve them mathematically to get my answer quickly. So this is all which I wanted to discuss in this particular video. I hope you have enjoyed it. So in today's session, we have completed the first type, how to deal with problems where angular movements are given to you. In the upcoming videos, we'll learn how to deal with other types of problems. So stay tuned for more videos. Thank you and have a nice day.